Written in 1964, it was recorded by Nina Simone in 1966, and that was Muse's 2001 version of Feeling Good, getting Tuesday's night cruise from Freedom FM underway. And before Muse, you were listening to my man Greg, who'll be back on your radio next Monday at 8 p.m. Well, good evening and welcome to the Night Cruise. 2 hours of the best in romance, relaxing and chilled songs, bringing back your sounds, sensations and feelings of the 90s and noughties. My name is Feargal and I'd like to thank you for allowing me into your world this evening. And if I say so myself, I think I've thrown a half-decent show together for you. You see, just after midnight, I'm going to give you a crack at a game called Triple Threat, and I'm telling you, you won't want to miss out on that. While in this hour, I want to get you in on some Tuesday shifting action. And if that doesn't ring a bell, stick around because I'll explain all in a few moments. And right throughout the show, I want to hear from you if you are in love with someone, feeling loved up by someone, or alone or missing your love. If that's you, then get in touch for your romance shoutouts on WhatsApp and text 085 2899 092. And if you are going to WhatsApp tonight, then I'd love a voice note rather than a text. If you don't want to WhatsApp me, you can email me hello@freedomfm.ie. And if you're on the socials, then check out Voice Actor Fergs on Insta, Threads and Blue Sky. It's the Night Cruise on Freedom FM, the best of 90s and noughties romance and relaxing tunes on the radio just for you. And right now, I want to get some Tuesday shifting on with you. So if you're new to the cruise, I suppose I should run this Tuesday shifting by you. You see, I want to hear from you on WhatsApp or text to 085 2899 092 if you are at work this evening. Now, I don't mind what kind of work you're doing. Maybe you're on the farm, you could be in a factory, you might be on hotel reception, or perhaps you're driving from place to place. It doesn't matter what work you're doing, just as long as you're doing some work. And if you are, then you've got to get in touch with me and tell me who you are, what you're doing in work, who, if anyone, you're working with, and what, if anything, is getting you through your shift this evening. 085 2899 092 on WhatsApp, and let's celebrate everyone who's at work this Tuesday evening with a bit of a shift, shall we? Despite the title, that has nothing to do with Michael Jackson's song of the same name. That's Ronan's very own version of The Way You Make Me Feel, which is from his 2000 debut album entitled Ronan. This is Freedom FM's Night Cruise, and if you've been in touch to get some Tuesday shifting on with me, stick around because I'll get into some of them right after I have a look at these romance shoutouts that came in via email today. So let's start by saying good evening to Alex Hannigan, who says, Feargal, can you please play a love song of your choice for my lovely wife Doreen? We've been married 20 years today, and I love her as much today as I did the day that I met her. Thanks for getting in touch, Alex, and I wish you and Doreen all the best on your 20th. Now, Emily Kyo is in Rathcoole this evening, and she says, Feargal, it's my birthday tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm currently unattached, so I'd be very happy if you'd play a love song of your choice for me tonight. Of course I can, Emily. Thank you for reaching out, and happy birthday to you. And finally for now, Rachel Jones is in Galway, and she says, Feargal, it would be fantastic if you could do a romance shout out for our wedding anniversary, which is tomorrow, 3rd of April, when my husband Adrian and I will have been married for 16 years. Please tell him that I love him with all of my heart. It was my pleasure, and happy anniversary, Rachel and Adrian. And remember, if you'd like to get your special dedication on the radio at the correct time and on the correct day, then send it in to us in advance via email to hello@freedomfm.ie, and we'll play it out for you. That email address again is hello@freedomfm.ie. From their Drops of Jupiter album, that's Train and Let It Roll on the world-famous Night Cruise from Freedom FM, where it's time to get some Tuesday shifting on. And if you're wondering what that means, simply put, around this time every Tuesday evening, we spend a bit of time saying hello to people who are doing a night shift. So let's not waste any more of your precious time and get our first Tuesday shift on with Oisin Moylan, who says, Feargal, I'm in my taxi tonight driving around Dublin city centre. Compared to the last few nights, it's quite quiet at the moment, so I'm currently parked up a side street with the lights off, having a bite to eat before heading down to the rank to see if I can find a fare. Thanks for getting in touch, Oisin, and I hope you do get a few more clients before you call it a night. Another person who's been in touch for a Tuesday shift is Patrick Riley, who says on this WhatsApp, Feargal, tonight I'm on concierge duty in an office block in Cork. I'm the only one in the building, so I'm sat in the lobby watching the same old replay on the CCTV cameras while listening to Freedom FM on my phone. Can you say hello to me before I go stir crazy? Of course I can, Patrick, but surely the repeats on the CCTV cameras are far more exciting than me. And finally for this round, Mary Shelton has been in touch from Sallynoggin in Dublin. Feargal says, Mary, I'm at work in a care home. I'm on break at the moment. I'm having some tea and a belated Easter egg. I'm going back on shift at midnight, so could you say hi to me before then? Done and done, Mary, and thanks for reaching out to me. And I tell you what, I quite fancy an Easter egg right now. So, if you're at work this evening and would like to get a Tuesday evening shifting shout out, then get in touch on WhatsApp to 085 2899092. But be quick, because we'll do one last round of Tuesday shifting right after we hear from Shakira. It's Freedom FM's Night Cruise, where we're just finishing out this week's Tuesday shifting. And if you're wondering what that means, basically, at this time of a Tuesday evening, we like to give a mention on the radio to anyone who's in work anywhere in the country. So let's start this final round with Anna Peppard, who's in Limerick this evening. Feargal, she says, please say hello to me. I'm working in a hotel preparing the accounts for the clients who'll be checking out in the morning. After that, I got to stay here in case anything goes wrong. I tell you what, Anna, doing the accounts, rather you than me. But I do hope you have a quiet night, and thank you for getting in touch. And finally for this evening, I want to say hello to Billy Healy, who's out at Dublin Airport this evening. Feargal says, Billy, can you say hello to me and to the rest of the team working in the car hire in Arrivals? The flights have stopped, there are no more clients, but we're all still here doing the close and getting everything ready for the morning team. Thanks for getting in touch, Billy, and I do hope you have a safe journey home later on. Now, if you enjoyed getting some shifting on with our listeners this evening, then you know what you have to do. Come back next Tuesday just after 11 when we'll do it all over again. From summer 2002, that's Oasis and their Irish number 6, Stop Crying Your Heart Out. Good morning and welcome to the second hour of the Night Cruise from Freedom FM. And not only that, welcome to Wednesday, the 3rd of April. How are you? Thanks for joining me this morning. My name is Feargal, and for the next hour or so, I'm going to play some amazing 90s and noughties, relaxing romance and chill tunes just for you. And not only that, you'll be glad to know that you're just in time to get in on our triple threat game. Now, look, if you've forgotten how this game works, grab a chair and let me remind you. You see, just before the show started, I popped into the production studio here at Freedom FM, where I dug out 3 famous 90s or noughties, romance or relaxing tunes out of the library. I slowed one down, sped one up and left one as it is. Then I mushed all 3 of them into a short little snippet, which I'm going to play for you in a moment. And your challenge, if you want to play along, is to try to identify what 3 songs I put into the triple threat. Right, with all those words done, are you ready for your first listen? Good, lend your ears to this. Right, so if you fancy being with a shot of possibly winning yourself that name check on the radio in a bit, then bang me over a WhatsApp to 085 2899092 and tell me what 3 songs these are. And if I get any wrong answers, I'll share them with you right after this bit of Britney. That's Woulda, Shoulda, Coulda on Freedom FM's Night Cruise. Now, listen up. If you've been in touch for a shot at this week's triple threat, stick around because I'll get back to it once I've gotten through these romance shoutouts that came in during the show. So let me start by saying hello to Melissa Connor, who's in Rathmines this morning. Feargal says, Melissa, can you be so kind and wish a happy birthday for Tuesday to my wonderful hubby Robert, who'll be 45 years young. Tell him he's an amazing dad and that I love him with all of my heart. Happy birthday there, Robert, and I do hope you have a great day, and thank you for getting in touch this morning, Melissa. Now, Matt Joyce has sent me in a WhatsApp to 085 2899092. Ferg says, Matt, when you get the chance, can you say hello to my darling girlfriend Jessie Kelly, who I know is listening to the cruise in Glasgow this morning. Tell her that she is the light of my life and that I love her so much, says Matt. Oh, I hope the weather's behaving in Scotland this morning, Jesse, because when I was over there a few weeks ago, it certainly wasn't. And finally for now, Chris Agnew says on this WhatsApp, Feargal, please say hi and happy birthday to my wonderful boyfriend, Peter Duggan. He's in Dublin for work at the moment, while I'm at home in Cork. Can you please tell him that I miss him so much? There you go, Peter. Happy birthday. So for both you and Chris, Jesse and Matt, and not forgetting Robert and Melissa, here's some Westlife. 1977 is when Dan Hill wrote and released Sometimes When We Touch, and that is Fifth Avenue's 2002 version of the same song. This is Freedom FM's Night Cruise, where so many of you lovely night owls have been in touch to play along with this week's triple threat game. Now, some of you have sent in some wrong answers, so in order to clear up any confusion, let me get those out of the way for you right now. So I can tell you that this week's triple threat does not include Tina's Golden Eye, nor is If I Let You Go by Westlife in the snippet, and for sure, Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers is also not there. So if you think you know what three songs these are, and fancy being in with a shot of possibly winning a name check on the radio in a bit, then WhatsApp me your answer now to 085 2899092 and be quick, because the answer is on the way after we hear from Christina. It's the Night Cruise on Freedom FM, and I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's been sending me in their answers for this morning's triple threat game. And the event that you've forgotten the songs in the snippet, here they are again. Now, if you're a regular listener, you know that the computer in the studio only allows me to see 4 names at any one time. So while many of you got this one correct, I can only say good morning and well done to Isabel Vaughan, who sent her answer in from Lucan, John Beard, who got in touch from Ferndale, Laura Muller, who's over in Coolock this morning, and Keith O'Sullivan, who got in touch from Ballyfermot, who all correctly said that this week's triple threat are... before I tell you, remember, if you enjoyed playing Triple Threat, you know what you have to do. Tell your friends to tune in next Wednesday morning just after midnight, when we will do it all over again. As for this week's Triple Threat, they are in reverse order. James Blunt's 1973, Usher's You Got It Bad, and Family Portrait from Pink. That was the last of our triple threat. That's James Blunt in 1973, and that song tells me that that is all the mess I can make of your radio this morning. Thank you for your company, both you and your messages made to the show. Alan will be here at 7 with the Freedom Years. Nikki will do the next night cruise at 11 p.m. And up next, Darren takes over with his Essential Beats live from New York. As for me, well, I'll be back on Monday morning at midnight with another night cruise. Until then, thank you for your time this time. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.